first, Hillary Clinton facing more email questions today after speaking to our very own Chris Wallace. What she said that is sparking a whole new controversy. Welcome, everyone. I am Trish Regan, in for Neil Cavuto, and this is Your World. Hillary Clinton saying the FBI director found her email answers to be truthful. That statement alone got her 4 Pinocchios from the Washington Post. Let's go straight to Mike Emanuel in Omaha, Nebraska, with the fallout on it. And Mike, you know, the Washington Post, I'd argue anyway, probably likes Hillary Clinton more than some. So even for them to come out against her on this one, it had to be pretty obvious that she wasn't exactly telling the truth. What's the latest there?
Well, Trish, no question, the Washington Post fact checker had a field day with Hillary Clinton's answers on Fox News Sunday. This whole email controversy is back in the news based on how Hillary Clinton handled questions from Chris Wallace in that exclusive interview on Fox News Sunday. Wallace confronted Hillary Clinton, saying that the FBI Director James Comey said she had not been truthful with the American people. No surprise, Clinton had a different view.
Director Comey said that my answers were truthful and what I've said is consistent with what I have told the American people. That there were decisions discussed and made to classify retroactively certain of the emails.
And that answer earned Hillary Clinton 4 Pinocchios from the Washington Post fact checker. The Post notes that Director Comey said some emails were already classified and should not have been sent on an unclassified private server. Later, Clinton also blamed her former colleagues at the State Department.
I relied on and had every reason to rely on the judgments of the professionals with whom I worked. And so in retrospect, maybe some people are saying, well, among those 300 people, they made the wrong call.
Here in Omaha, Nebraska, Clinton's focus will be on jobs and the economy. She will be introduced by the Oracle of Omaha, billionaire Warren Buffett. Trish?
All right, thanks so much, Mike. You know, Hillary Clinton's campaign manager is trying to clarify things today. Take a listen here.
She's apologized. Obviously, it's created a lot of complication, a lot of difficulty, and
don't you think her interview yesterday created complication? Instead of just saying I made a terrible mistake, we need to move on.
I think her remarks were slightly misinterpreted. Again, what she was saying, she was saying what I said earlier, which is that Comey testified she had no reason to believe, but also that Comey said in his testimony that everything she said to the FBI was true, and I can tell you what she said to the FBI is the same as what she's been saying publicly.
Robbie Mook saying Clinton was just slightly misinterpreted. That's all. What does the judge say about that? Joining us right now, Fox News senior judicial analyst, Judge Andrew Napolitano. Okay, Judge, what say you? Was the Post justified with the 4 Pinocchios?
Well, absolutely the Post was justified with the 4 Pinocchios. Mrs. Clinton was highly misleading to Chris Wallace's very straightforward, well-grounded questions. So when she said to Chris, the FBI said I was telling the truth, what she really should have said was, the FBI said in my 3-hour secret, unrecorded interview, I was telling the truth. But the director of the FBI told Congressman Trey Gowdy under oath before the House Judiciary Committee that she was not telling the truth when she said she never sent or received anything that was classified.
Well, that's one of the big things, right? The classification. When it was classified, she's saying, well, I didn't know that I was sending anything classified at the time because it wasn't classified
there are 2 ways to address that. One is, on her first day in office, she received a 2-hour tutorial from 2 FBI agents, at the end of which she signed an oath. That oath said, I recognize and swear that it is my duty to know what is classified and not classified, whether it's marked classified or not. The other is that of the 110 classified emails she sent in 56 separate email streams and strings, 5 were select access privilege. Trish, in order to receive, open, or send select access privilege, you have to enter an alphanumeric code which changes every couple of seconds. That cannot be done without the person doing it knowing what they're about to access. She took that information, put it on her non-secure server, sent it over to her friend Sid Blumenthal, who had no security clearance, and he was hacked by the Eastern Europeans, by the Russians, by the Chinese.
But she doesn't want to admit this clearly.
When she gives answers like she just gave to Chris Wallace yesterday. She really does herself a disservice because it creates a news cycle and it furthers the well-grounded perception that she is not worthy of belief when she makes these statements.
She also tried to throw her colleagues under the bus. I mean, basically saying, well, you know, I relied on my colleagues. There were 300 of them.
Her colleagues were all interrogated under oath by Judicial Watch, and every single one of them said this was Mrs. Clinton's idea. The only one who didn't answer questions is the one to whom she paid $5,000. She didn't pay it, the Clinton Foundation did, to migrate her public and her secret email streams to the server in her house, which is what started all of this.
Okay, well, let's watch some of this. I mean, it's pretty remarkable, Judge, when you see her saying one thing and you see James Comey saying something entirely different. Let's let the viewers see it. Let's watch.
You will be getting, and in fact the entire world will be getting, all of my emails.
We found work-related emails, thousands, that were not returned.
I provided the department, which has been providing you with all of my work-related emails, all that I had.
There's no doubt that there were work-related emails that were removed electronically from the email system.
There was nothing marked classified on my emails, either sent or received.
There was classified material emailed.
I mean, why keep lying at this point?
Bill Safire, the late, great New York Times columnist, when she lied about Whitewater 20 years ago, called her a congenital liar. It may actually be in her genetic makeup to defend her behavior by lying. But what you just showed, if it weren't serious, it would be humorous, because it is such a direct, profound, uncompromising contradiction of her statements. And her statements that you just ran, they were under oath.
Oh, dear.
Meaning she could be prosecuted for that.
That's a very good point.
But don't take it too seriously, because the same people who would decide to prosecute her for lying are the ones who decided not to prosecute her for failing to preserve state secrets.
Well, it would have been perhaps against their interest to do so, because it would have been a big taint on Obama's administration. Anyway, thank you, Judge. Always good to see you.
Good to be with
These
you.
latest email questions coming just as